Hello and welcome back to LA Dolce Vita podcast, Hollywood journeys from Couchsurfing to the Walk of Fame and anything in between. I'm very happy to have here with me today my longtime friend, Iris Svis. Ciao!
Ciao! Ciao! I would tell you, but I can't. They're mics, so ciao.
Ciao, Ira! Okay,
Thank you.
As I was preparing our episode, I was really thinking this is the friendship episode because we really have been on each other for 15 years. It was 2011. I have proof. And we are going to talk about acting, arts and craft, because this is Hollywood and you are the kind of actress who goes from short independent movies to big sets with big movie stars. And I saw you going, in this direction. And we are going to talk about it. But before getting to that, as I said, this is for me the friendship episode because all the other guests were guests. Okay, you are also my friend.
Strangers, you want to say?
Perfect strangers, that's true. I stalked them and prepared the day before. Thank God I'm a good stalker, so I had a lot to talk about with them. But with you, more than the stalking, was really reliving the 15 years, and there's a lot. And so I will start with this because we come to Hollywood mostly by ourselves, sometimes with a partner, and usually we split up with whatever partner it is. Yeah, that's the stories, right?
Yes.
So mostly by ourselves, sometimes from somewhere in the United States, sometimes like in our case, Russia and Italy, from Europe or Russia. And I think that a key to survive this town, from the couch surfing to the Walk of Fame, is really friendship. So I will start with friendship. Do you remember how you became my friend? Why? Because there is a key. There's a story, but there's also a key in the way you choose friendships in Hollywood, because some friendships can lead you to the Walk of Fame. Some can lead you back home, I believe, right? If you don't choose right. So do you remember how you chose me? And from there, how do you usually choose partners and friends?
Remember? Goosebumps. Because, honestly, it's so sweet of you to say, how do you choose the friends? And just reflecting back that not a lot of people that I initially met 15, 20 years ago, I'm still friends with, but we made it. So that's a big deal. It was a ballet class.
Oh, you remember, right?
Remember what I said? Absolutely not. But I do remember we vibed, and I usually trust my gut when I, get attracted to certain people and their energies. So, and this time around, my gut didn't betray me, although, sometimes it can. But we, I think it was, I want to say it was my first class in America. For sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
First ballet class.
And I was rusty, to say the least, and I was not good. And I think you were either right up front or somewhere so that I can see you. So I was following, and then I think we start talking about ballet. Must be, and you probably tried to teach me some stuff, of course, knowing you. And I was like, okay.
And by the way, I had just started. It was like 2 years doing ballet. But
but you were good. Give yourself a credit. You were good. I was not sure what I was doing in the class, but I think my soul was telling me to do something else besides just, feeling lost. And I think, and we can, that's like, as an immigrant, when you relocate, so to say, and you lose a sense of self, sort of worse, in a sense of like, now you have no family, no friends, you got to start from scratch, no job, no nothing. So I think I was a little lost, like maybe a lot.
I was lost too, actually. Yeah.
So we found each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like through the years we helped each other. I don't know willingly or not, but it was a lot of moments where I remember, oh my God, I'm so happy, I have Liliana or people like you that actually, made me who I am these days, defined certain things for me and made me feel more at home.
For
Not
this,
a crying episode.
No,
I
it's not the
promise.
kind of stuff. But really, we went couch surfing to Walk of Fame. You are more Walk of Fame than me. But you are also one of the few friends in LA who came to visit my hometown in Italy
Yes,
2 years ago.
yes.
So we
That's a
went
story
from
of its own.
and it was a story of its own. But even that, thinking about it, we started with the couch surfing, and then you came as my guest in the beautiful hotel in Varese. So
Yes.
that's a jump right there,
That's a
because
jump.
maybe
It was
we
gorgeous.
would have split up as friends through our difficulties, or never made it. Like
Yeah.
literally, I don't want to go dark, but even like end up dead somewhere.
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully not.
I
but,
know. I'm very dark.
Not that
I'm a writer.
It wasn't that bad,
It
she
comes out. It's
exaggerates.
exactly the drama queen, the actress, and then the writer. I
Yeah.
always have to find a few ends
I
to
mean,
any
there were
story.
some rough patches for sure,
Yeah.
but I don't think, overall looking back, I think
We had also
those
a lot
were
of fun.
experiences.
We were having a lot
we
of fun
had
in
a
the
lot
couch
of fun.
surfing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, maybe sometimes I think it's more. It was, although you don't want to go back, but
No,
there are
no.
more. No, you don't want. But there were. If I think of our beginning couch surfing, that summer was maybe more fun. That sometimes when I'm by myself at home, grateful to have a home, but bored at home.
Oh,
you
my
know,
God.
like so.
Come over.
Yeah.
Bored at halfway.
You said this photographer stopped me in the street, this
Yeah.
woman in Venice Beach.
Yeah.
She's gonna take picture of me. Lila, you said, you're so beautiful, come with me. And I thought, this girl is really lost, because of course you're the model type. I am someone who loves to take
You
pictures.
are beautiful. Stop that.
Yeah.
And I think, piggyback on that a little bit, I think, thank God, we finally see some diversity on screens.
Okay,
I know
but
some
yeah.
people don't like it. Some people love it. I'm one of the people that I think there is everybody for everybody in this world. Let's just
In
not
the modeling
have...
world, it's changing, you're saying, yeah?
Yes, it's changing. Even just, going to New York, and I mean, I love
You are
New
in New York
just
a lot
looking
now.
at billboards 10 years ago and looking
Yes.
at billboards right now, it's just different people you
Yes.
see. People that I can meet on the streets, and they're just regular looking
And
people.
now they're
I love
models.
that.
Yeah.
I love that.
You
You know
love-
what? Why not?
Back when I met you, you were the model type and nobody else.
Right.
And I
But
was not.
We're selling product, because if you think like what is modeling, right? And
Yeah.
acting as well. It's
Yeah,
selling, right?
Absolutely.
You're selling things.
You sell a product, you sell a
So
story.
who are we selling those products for?
Yeah.
Usually, majority of people. Well, how do they look?
Someone like you sells the product to someone like me. But I can swear you are not saying that because you try to be politically correct. Because going back to our story, and I have the pictures that I'm gonna show you guys. I remember you said, this photographer in Venice Beach wants to photograph me. They stop me in the street, of course. It happened to you all the time. Come with me. You are gonna model with me. And I was like, I'm so happy I made friends with this model, because nobody would stop me, but because of her. And we really went down there. I remember we parked the car on a Botchini, and look at the pictures. I found them.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
you
look at
still
the
have
well,
them?
we're gonna show them as well. Look at them.
Wow, gorgeous.
Yeah, you guys are seeing them down here.
Yes, wow.
That was the day
See?
you were on set that day,
See?
and we did also the ballet.
Beautiful, yes, exactly. Because she
The
was
ballet.
a lovely lady. I remember.
She was lovely. Yeah. And I remember you sold
Because
me
don't
as
believe everything on the streets, just FYI.
Exactly,
People
yeah.
say a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, but she
Yeah.
turned
She
out
was-
to be a really good person.
Yeah,
so,
and I remember, and we went, and I still have the picture. So she made me
gorgeous.
model. She
Yeah,
said, "You're
no, you look
beautiful. You should
beautiful,
come
yes.
with me. You're gonna model." And you saw the pictures, guys. And then, of course, after that, I also have another. Before we moved to Hillary's, and before we moved to our home. When
By the way,
you
not
were
Hillary Clinton.
No, Hillary. We cannot say the last name, but it's a lovely. My first friend in LA, and there was
Yeah.
Bella. She had a Pitbull.
Let's
this lady.
clarify.
Yeah, let's clarify. Not
Where
Hillary
it is.
Clinton. Hillary B. And I'm still friends with Hillary B. And she had a lovely Pitbull, Bella, who was
Yes.
very, very protective of
Yes.
us, of you especially when she
Yes.
met you.
Yes.
She felt your vulnerability.
She felt I needed protection.
That was incredible.
Yes.
She was like, Bella loved me to death, but with me, I mean, she was not friendly when we were walking in the street, but when you were walking her, she didn't let anyone even get close to you. Do you remember you couldn't even pick up the burger because she didn't want you to talk to? She felt that you were very vulnerable because of your beauty. Everybody was approaching you, and you were in a vulnerable place. She was like crazy.
She was a sweetheart. Yeah, I remember that. Specifically, she was targeting male population.
Do you remember what happened? Can we say that? That was funny.
Yeah, go for it.
No, basically we were no, we don't name the. We found the date, and we're gonna go back to that because we wrote a short story. I found even that so much fun.
Yeah.
But lovely guy, but together in our adventure that first year of quote couch surfing, although again it's not that we were in the street, we were always we were lucky,
the
always ending up. The couch was great. The couch was great. But we found an important date, a lovely man, now you're with someone else, but
I wouldn't use other words to describe him, but that's okay. Keep going.
A guy, like a love interest.
Yeah, at the moment. Yeah.
At the moment. It was it was very rock and roll. And he came to pick you up when we were staying at Hillary's and Bella. And he arrived with this BMW, and he was, let's say he was someone not someone with a heart prone to share, right? He was a little emotionally, and he was a little bit
emotionally mature.
Yeah.
Can we use that word?
Immature, and someone who keeps everything to himself. So he was very, careful of all his possessions, including his car. And you went out, and I went out to greet him before, you took off with him. And Bella...
Because we're normal people.
Yeah, we're normal people. So hi, how are you? And Bella was with us, and she never did that before she saw him. She started scratching the car.
Yeah, it was a new car. I think he just got it.
And also once he came into the room, she also tried to attack him, I think, straight to the spot. If you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, she was really protective of you.
She was like, this one is not for you.
It's not for you. Perhaps he maybe didn't love dogs. I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
It was
lot
like
of things, but that will need
I remember because
to be another episode.
In the middle of the night, I remember you literally busted into my bedroom with the dogs. Like she tried to attack him. I was like, whoa! And I said, kick him out. Like, although I liked him, like, that's it. And then you need to go. This is her house. We're couch surfing at the dog's house. Like, so if she says the date is not,
he was lucky I caught the dog, to be honest with you.
He didn't pass the exam, you go home. So I remember that. Yeah, so the modeling. And I remember though, so not at Hillary's, but before, at the other place, I was trying to take pictures of you on the balcony, and you were like, I already modeled, I'm not gonna model again. But then, people kept stopping you in the street, and I remember another lady took those amazing pictures of you, and then you started modeling after that, right? So do we want to talk a little bit about the modeling? And
Let's do that. Yeah. As a matter of fact, the first web series that I ever done, I think, were about the modeling, like really.
And
you wrote it, yes, because I feel like, with modeling and acting and any other things that in the realm of art, you kind of don't have sometimes the guidance or certain things, or people telling you certain things like, those are the steps to take, those are I would avoid kind of situations. And I want to be that soundboard for especially younger models, because modeling, you can enter as early as 12, or a kid, like, so is acting as well. And a lot of the times you really just left to your own devices. You don't know what's right, what's wrong, what's acceptable, what's not. You really just a child. So now in my case, I was older. I didn't start modeling. Well, I did model a little bit in Russia, not much, but a little bit. But I didn't start modeling until I moved here, and that was like way in my 25, 26. I was like mid-20s. Okay. So that's late. That's kind of
late, but you're still vulnerable. We were still vulnerable when we met in our 20s.
I still was forming, I believe so. And I didn't just know. So there were a lot of things that I wanted wanted to share with, younger, especially younger people, and pitfalls and things that people might say, but that's, a red flag and certain things. But then, what to do in terms of like, if you want to get your first agent, not headshots, sorry. Modeling pictures,
comp card.
And comp cards. But, if we want to talk about that, it's totally different now. I had a book. I still have a book which looks really sad right now, but it's a physical book with, I wish I would brought it, but that's okay. So maybe we can insert it later.
Yeah.
But, I still have that book from one of the agencies I started off with here. And it's kind of all old looking and sad because it was in my car and then the sun hit it many times. So it's kind of all
worn out, not sun, worn out.
Definitely.
Because you took it with you everywhere.
It's seen, it lived its life. So anyways, but that's what we used to have. And those things were like hefty, like they were big.
Yes.
And then you would have those compact cards that you have to print out, or the agency prints out for you, whatever the reason is, whatever the way is.
Yes.
And you would show it to the casting, but you would go there, right? So you would drive there. You
would drive to the
time,
casting director.
Correct. And
yes.
then you see the client there, and then you talk to them. Sometimes they do talk to you. Sometimes they just don't. Because they're looking for specific look, right? So, but that was all in person. Right now, and again, I'm kind of having having an understanding of it a little bit to the degree, because I'm not modeling as much as I used to, that it's mostly all digital, right? So they do look at your Instagram following, then you do a sort of a self-tapes, right? So you tape whatever they ask you to tape on the phone. Maybe they want to see you in a bikini, maybe they want to see you in a short skirt or whatever that is for the product and stuff, and the clothing line. So it's all kind of digital right now, which in a way I think is good. It's
because it saves you the time and the driving.
But then you don't have that personal exchange with people,
yes.
right? So they don't really, they can get a little essence of you with your slate or whatever they call it these days.
Let's say what is slate is, because it's good for modeling and acting.
Slate, yeah. So I say
Iris Svis, that's a slate. Liliana is Ella.
Yeah. That's it. Sometimes they...
I come across as psycho.
No, you don't. But you can slow down because they want to catch your name. So, but sometimes they ask your measurements. Sometimes they ask your age. They can. They usually try not to because, inappropriate
to be more politically
stuff.
correct.
But a height for sure. Certain things they might ask where you're based, which is legit these days because I get jobs
everywhere.
All over the places. Yeah. So it's changed so much, but I think my main thing that right now would probably be harder for me personally, because I appear on social media here and there, but I'm
You're not
no
a social
influencer.
media person.
I'm not a social media person, and so knowing that they are looking at the followers and all that stuff, in order to hire you or not, I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't. Because back in the day when I was constantly going and working and pursuing modeling, it was just about your look and who you are as a person and if they want to work with you or not. So that was that. Yeah. And sometimes they were asking specific skills, like, are you a dancer, for certain things, or, some acrobatics or whatever. But it was really just you. Yeah. So now it's all the other extensions that
the followers,
come into play.
Because you kind of arrive with the client base in their opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
And so right now I would probably try to tell the younger generation that although it's hard, but you can't really attach your self-worth to the number of followers.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Because as we know, we gain them, we lose them. So it's if you do that, then it's really out of your control.
Yes.
You can control
if you base your self-esteem or self-worth on the number of followers and the reactions that these followers or non-followers have, to whatever you post or don't post,
Yeah.
say or don't say.
Correct, because we've seen so many times a person says something that rubs people the wrong way or whatever. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying it happens all the time. And then, you know, suddenly all the people that were following you now against you and all the things are happening. So I think when you're a child, when you're a kid, it's, you know, you're just not ready for it. Even for adults, it's hard to, it's hard to handle for anybody. But when you're a kid, and for the modeling, it still feels like, I think right now I see, thank God, more and more older women.
Yes, yeah.
You know, back in the day, it wasn't a thing. It wasn't an option, really, unless you're some celebrities. So, but I see more and more of that, and I'm happy about that, you know, because there's so many beautiful older women. Like, why not showcase them as well, right?
Absolutely.
So they represent the population that probably buys a bunch of that stuff, too. You know, I'm just saying. I feel like acting also... gotten a little bit more diverse, and we as people, I think when we watch those stories, we get more connected when we see people that remind us of those people, not just pretty faces. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I have nothing against pretty faces.
Even because you are one of them.
Sometimes I would watch a movie because, you know, somebody looks super cute. You know, I'm not gonna lie. But overall, if it's important stories that need to be told, they're more believable when you actually, you know, the representation is correct.
I think Julianne Moore said, they don't come to the movies to see me, they come to see themselves.
Yeah, I love that. See goosebumps again.
It's every
because it's
story.
True. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, exactly. So it's more believable. So I like that.
Let's wrapping up the modeling. Talking about modeling from acting, because you really, since I wanted to take those pictures of you, I could tell that you knew you could model, but that was not your number one. You know, I really remember your face like that. I'm like,
I was bored.
Yeah, because I wanted to get us off the couch. It was like, you're gonna make money as a model. I'm like, no. But then, okay. But then when, you know, you started modeling, you started doing things. And then as soon as you could, I saw you transitioning into acting, because that's the storytelling. How did that happen? Because you studied a lot, you went to a lot of classes, and what was your first acting class? How did you decide, okay, now I'm ready, I'm stable enough? I took off from the Couchsurfing with Liliana, you know, at this point we were not living together anymore, so you were more solid. I can go into acting, because it takes a lot of energy and time.
Correct. So I think, as a matter of fact, when I entered the acting world, I was the most unstable, looking back. But I think it helped me to gain that stability. And partially because I wasn't sure exactly where to apply myself. You know what I mean? Like, I knew that 9 to 5 is not my thing. It was absolutely disastrous in a sense of, like, I could do that, but it was not joyful. Like, I think I was, like, still in that vulnerable place, unsure of certain things, unsure of myself, unsure of, like, what's the next steps in life are. And then a friend of mine said, just come check out the acting class, you know. And then I saw that a lot of people in the class were kind of where I was, you know. Now, some of them were going places and doing things, and some of them were just discovering certain things. But the minute, you know, and I don't have that story that, well, I was a child and I knew I wanted to do acting and stuff. I really don't think of it that way. I think it was in me. I think I always gravitated towards arts
and artists. That's how you chose me after all, as a friend.
I did a little of dancing and music and all the different things. I just didn't exactly knew what it would be for me. So, and then I went to the class and I fell in love
with acting.
With acting, it's really you know, it's intoxicating. Being on set is great, but it's also everything in between. You know, and a lot of the times I think. This one is going to be a little bit of a downer, but you know, we all have losses in our lives. I think once you get older, you have more losses.
Yeah, also young, we all have losses.
Right. So, and I think, you know, there are people that are like, well, how do you deal with that? You know, how you go on stage, how you go on set, or whatever. And I think a lot of it is just, it really helps you if you do it in a healthy way, because you channel those things, right?
Yes.
It just helps you to let it out, to express yourself, you know, to really sit in grief, to really feel it. So, and I think for me it was acting, it was like very therapeutical. That's why I never went to the shrink, although a lot of actors do.
Yes,
which is
do,
great, you know. But for me, it was acting itself, you know.
And I witness that, because I see you getting stronger and stronger and wiser and wiser, calmer and calmer, calmer and calmer, more mature, more grounded. I really see that happening. And as you said, for some actors, acting is not a mental health session, like they need, you know, something else. There may be great actors, but acting is not the way to.
Yeah.
But for some other people, and I could tell for you, for sure, you really channeled your feelings, and something else happened, and I can see that you started grounding yourself a lot. Also, a lot of anxiety, I feel, is not there anymore, despite your amount of coffee daily.
Will never goes away.
But you're very stable, and
I have nothing against therapy. I think it's fantastic.
We love therapy.
Absolutely. So I think to each their own. But for me, that's how it happened. Yeah. So I just want to clarify that moment.
Yeah.
Besides being calm and grounded, you just there is, at some point I had that realization that this is it. This is for life. You know, it's not a sprint. You probably heard it many times. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, right? So, and that's exactly what it is. So we don't know when, what, and how it's going to happen. Sometimes it feels so close and yet so far. Sometimes it just happens, you know.
Now we are talking when you start working already.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
Not of class anymore.
Yeah. Yes.
And
correct.
class is for life, or the process, the artist is for life anyways.
Well,
but let's talk, because now we are talking about you're working already. So you started going to class, because I want to go step by step for the new Hollywood person, you know, coming here, as I was telling you the other day. You look at the magazine, you look online, looks like, or they were discovered one day with another, or they became movie star one day with another, or they work all their life, but you don't know exactly how. So you started going to class. So let's break it down. Mm-hmm. You come here, we do Couchsurfing, the model. Couchsurfing, lots of fun. Okay, not dramatic, thank God. Lots of fun, because we had each other.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of fun. Helping each other. Then you study with the modeling, and then this friend takes you to acting class. You fall in love with acting class. How long after your first acting class you decide that you're ready to audition or to find an agent, and how was that?
So that's an interesting question, really interesting question. And I don't know if my answer will, you know, be right for everybody. Again,
it's
that's
yours,
just
so
mine.
It's right.
It's right for me, yeah. I pretty much got signed with the agent right away, and I went off auditioning and, you know, seeing what's out there. Was I ready? Looking back, no.
How did you find the agent? Do you think your beauty helped?
My appearance helped for sure. Also being international, also knowing different languages and all this stuff. I think
speak
helps.
4 languages. Russian, English, German.
I speak, I'd say 5: English, Russian, Ukrainian, German. Not so much Polish, but a little bit. Yeah. So I think all of it helped in a way to get me signed, but I don't think I was ready in terms of craft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So looking back at it, but I persevered, and thank God people didn't use my failures or lack of experience against me. I don't think so. And they kind of just, you know, saw me and saw that I progressed over the years. And some casting offices, I was auditioning for them many times, many years.
Until you booked something.
Yeah, booked a job with them. So they believed in me. They saw something. I did put in work and time. I don't know. I hear stories again. I don't have personally people that I know, but I heard stories that some people don't do classes, they just naturally born like that, and
many stories.
all I'm gonna say is great for them.
Yeah.
I feel like for majority of us,
we need to go.
We need to go.
Class.
I always kind of compare it to the being an athlete, right?
Yeah, being a ballet dancer.
Ballet dancer,
But,
any of that, yeah.
Question, when you talk about failures, because I know you are very hard on yourself. So how did you, first of all, find the agent? Through a friend or online?
Referral, yes.
Referral?
So,
a friend in acting class?
Yes, correct. So somebody saw me doing something, they thought of me, they thought it's good enough, and it probably was, but you know.
So they referred you to the agent. The
Yes.
agent liked you. You
Yes,
had already
correct.
pictures from modeling
And back
and
in the
everything.
day,
Yeah.
back
Go
in
ahead.
the day, they would actually see you, because right now, like I said, I
They
feel
don't even
like
see you.
they see you on Zoom, you know, or they have a conversation on the phone and stuff. The more and more I hear, and that's okay. Everybody's different. Some of them don't really have offices at the moment, you know, just
Yeah.
because
There's no need for
there
it.
is no need for it. Exactly, and that's all good. But back in the day, it would be meet and greet. So yeah, I came.
You went to the office.
Sit down, talked, and he signed me. The guy signed me.
And you started audition.
And yes, back in the day, I'm trying to remember, was it a monologue or the sides? I think it was both, probably. There was a monologue.
A monologue.
and the
So they say
sides.
always have a monologue ready if you are an actress, an actor, you want to audition.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, correct. So
Can
and
be
then
from a modern play, from Shakespeare, whatever. Maybe both.
yeah, whatever is your strongest casting at the moment, I would
Yes.
say go for it.
What does it mean, stronger casting, for the ones who are starting?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of different kind of terms for it, depending who you're starting with. It could be first circle of casting, second circle, or your immediate casting. People call it different things.
Which
but
means the type you fit. Like
Yeah.
I fit an Italian in her 40s, or maybe also in her 20s, because I don't look 40.
there you go.
No,
there
just-
you go.
You got it. That's
Yes,
when she
you
says your first casting, because people,
Yeah,
you're new in
right.
town. What's the first casting?
Yeah.
What about first, second, or third?
Yeah.
Like the type, I'm not gonna be cast as an African American transsexual, because as you can tell, maybe as an Italian transsexual, but not
Well,
as,
it's the first casting. It's also it's not just the look. It's also the essence and the parts that, like, I always think about
Oh, okay.
Gary Oldman. I love him
Yeah,
dearly.
you
and
worked with him.
I was blessed to be on set with him. We did not share the scenes, unfortunately.
Okay,
although I
but
would
you
love
were-
that.
yeah.
Yes, I met him on the set of The Laundromat. And Gary Oldman is one of the people, in my opinion, that just his immediate casting is this villain, right? That we always
Yes,
see.
we always
He's
see him
so
doing the
good at
villain.
it. But if you meet him in real life,
So sweet, huh?
so sweet, so sweet. I got goosebumps again.
Yeah.
So sweet that you wouldn't even believe it. So, but that's his casting. That's his immediate casting, I believe. So, and
So
then
the
of course
role,
you can see him playing all sorts of things right now.
The immediate
'cause he's
casting
amazing.
is the characters that fit your artistic preparation.
Like a glove, yeah, like a glove. So
Yeah.
I usually go for people that are evil, or people that have some agendas, hidden agendas, stronger females. So that's my sort of first
Casting.
circle of casting, yes. But then it doesn't mean that I cannot play a victim or...
Yeah, you did. I remember you auditioning last year with for a big movie.
We all have different
Yeah.
things, but I think once you identify what's your door in, like that's what it is, you
Yeah.
know. You're making it a little bit easier on yourself and the casting offices, because probably what you know is true, they see it too, and that's exactly where they're going to be feeding you for a while, until you get better, bigger credits, and then you can try and shift
To
like we've seen
open up
many
to other
actors that they went from
roles.
one
Yes.
part to another.
casting direct. So the first agent sends you to casting directors. Casting directors like you. You said, despite my failures, I know you are very hard on yourself. So what do you mean for failures? Like you were not booking at the beginning? Because I'm sure you were presenting yourself very prepared. You were already in acting class. You were on time. You were ready. What do you mean for failures?
I don't know if failure is the right word, because
I know you're very hard on yourself.
And I feel like all artists are.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. But
and then paranoid.
But what I was getting at, not necessarily a failure, although it might feel like that, and it probably felt like that for me back in the days. It was just like, you feel you give it all. And you hear nothing back, and you go back to class, or you come in so close,
to get the part, but at the last minute,
avail, hold, and those are probably the terms I should explain to some people.
Being available is when the casting director pins you, meaning you are really one of 5 or 3 or 4 or sometimes
couple people
that are in the list for the part. So you need to tell them, yes, I'm available, and then nobody.
And then sometimes you're not hearing back, or you're hearing back, sorry, it went the other way. And it's all good. But I think failure is a very strong word. And to be honest with you, I don't look at it like that now. But
that's why I wanted to talk. Yeah, it felt like it.
And there were many times, and I'm sure it.
We were very similar, like everything. Also, when we met, we were so dramatic. Everything felt like a failure. Can I say something funny just to break? It came to mind right now. I swear to you, I remember this. Oh my God! So we were staying at Hillary's. Probably you went to the hairdresser, okay? And we were also kind of broke, not broke, but very little money. Yeah, like we had everything. We looked like
but nothing at the same time.
But nothing at the same time. So I remember that you went to the hairdresser. So you parked somewhere where you could stay there for 2 hours. It says 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
And then you went to move the car with everything on your head
of
because
course,
to not get And while you were moving the car, like you had a little accident with the crazy lady.
With the crazy lady.
And I remember you came back and you were so dramatic. And I said something and you screamed at me like, "Why are you saying that?" I'm like, "You're right." And it was like a big drama, but that's that's funny, but that's how dramatic we were. And even a thing like that honestly at 46, I'm like, it can happen. A little accident, a little car accident, a little destruction can happen. But for both of us, it was the end of the war. Because are we gonna get deported? Are we gonna get sued? Are they gonna take everything for us, which means even this T-shirt I'm wearing? What is this crazy lady doing? Like everything was so dramatic.
I don't think she was crazy looking back. I think she looked at me. I think she looked at me and she was like, "This girl is crazy. What's on her head and what's going on?"
I know.
But it was funny. I mean, it is funny now.
Well, but sometimes when you see someone young, at least now I do it. I see them. It's just okay. They are young and they're going through their things.
Yeah.
Little bit of compassion.
Yeah.
I mean, she was super insured looking back at it. Like a little bump. It's not that you destroyed her car, Like it actually, I'm not only talking for the talk. It happened to me a couple of years ago when I came back from Italy after taking care of my breast health, and the professor I work for gave me her Lexus. She was like, "Liliana, you're back," and she gave me her Lexus. Like, drive it. I drove it for 1 year and a half for free. Okay, so I'm driving. Yes, but no. Listen to this. I was at the light. Actually, I drove by that light today coming here. And I was just staying at the light.
Don't borrow your car.
Boom! A girl from behind. Boom!
Oh my God! Yeah.
Oh my God! We pull over and I saw the girl, Cherokee. Like I could tell, like brand new in town, like a girl that could have been you with your things on the head. And I don't know why she didn't stop. I don't know. I pulled over and I just said, hi, like, let's, give me your driving license, whatever. We exchanged. And at the end, she was like, thank you for being so cool about it. And I said, these things can happen. And I said it based on our Couchsurfing experiences.
Yeah.
I could read her immediately. She's new in town. Maybe she was texting. I could tell her life was a little bit of a mess. I didn't make a big deal. I was just super
Not as much
cool.
as ours back then, no?
No, but because sometimes it's also the maturity of someone who is a little bit older, went through it. She's, no, but I said, look, you are fine, I'm fine, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
The insurance is gonna cover it, your insurance, whatever, mine insurance, that's it. And it was not, very easy for me to tell my... my boss that it happened, but she's still driving the same car. It looks like new. You go to the mechanic, it's fixed, the insurance pays. There's no reason. So we were also attracting a lot of drama. We learn a lot. Sometimes when you're young, you attract, I think, also a lot of even jealousy. You can find older ladies that are literally very supportive and. Some that are looking forward to, to lash out at a beautiful girl in trouble, just, maybe to express their own frustrations or whatever, because that time it was like literally.
Let me ask you this.
Please.
So how much of that drama you think we created?
A lot.
Yes.
A lot.
Thank you.
We were always, a lot.
Yeah.
But, I think it's part looking at it. It was partially because we came, from drama and we are dramatic. We are in drama arts. Our past that we don't go today into particular details. And I also think, though, that this is really part of being an artist, because right now that I'm wiser and you too, we create less drama in real life. But I don't sleep at night. I become irritable if I don't have my drama going on my PC. I'm writing something, I'm producing something, I'm working on something, I'm preparing this podcast where I could... like fry in 15 years of drama. Yeah. Like I'm still a drama queen. So I channel it. So that's why let's not demonize. Did we attract it? Yes. Was it fun? Yes. But I want to say I don't demonize it because it's part of who you are as artists. And now we just learn, and we had the fortune to have find ways
you found the outlet
to channel it. So if you are a drama queen and you attract it, don't worry, no shame on you, just find another way. No, don't just crash your car everywhere
in this town.
So that's or romantic relationships. Those are a great pick to channel all your drama when you don't have an artistic outlet. And by the way, sometimes you come to Hollywood and you also attract the drama because you have all this drama inside, and that's why we have this podcast also to talk about how to channel it. You come to be an artist because it's easy. You come to Hollywood, you're doing the couch surfing, maybe you're not lucky to find, as we found each other, you are in the hands, you end up, it's a mom in the hands of someone you need to run away from, or a group you need to run away from. It can be a roommate, it can be boyfriend, it can be many things, it can be a gang, I don't know. And where and when do you find the time to go to acting class, or you know what I mean? Or maybe someone who doesn't have your looks or doesn't have my crazy personality that, I just go and
it's a commitment, for sure.
So it's all this drama maybe finds then an outlet in romantic relationships, but then that just brings more drama. And it's by the way, talking about that talking about the romantic relationship. So I still have it online, a blog with a lot of poetry and short stories I wrote and other writers. And when we were living together, I convinced you.
Are we going to roast him completely on this podcast?
I convinced you to have a column.
That's why I came.
And you were writing and I was editing, and it was called LA Date Me Not. Because you, of course, not only photographers were hitting on you. You were literally, every time you were leaving the house, there were like men approaching you, billionaires, broke, like everybody. So we had this this little column that I like.
I hope we can show it.
And actually it says...
insert maybe.
Yeah, we're going to also put the link to the story and everything. But I want to read it because it actually reminds me of something. This is fictionalized. That's how you take the drama. It's something that happened really, but we fictionalize. So you don't know what's true or not. But it took me back to that night. It was so much fun. It's just a passage of a short story Iris wrote and I edited. And that's what happened one of our nights, okay, when we were couch surfing, hitting town, whatever. Okay. To be fair, I'll start from a middle case. Mr. Middle Age, Middle Income. That's the guy we're talking about. We are in Los Angeles. So middle age has to be read 35, so we passed it. And middle income means 60,000 a year, 2 cars, including a BMW. It has to be more right now. Yes, and a house in Bel Air. Yes, 60,000 now is nothing. Yes.
Correct.
One evening, 2 girlfriends of mine, a broke writer of Angeleno magazine, that's supposed to be, I think, me, and a broke ballerina of the Los Angeles Ballet, that was Rebecca, called me from a party at the Woman's Bay Club in Santa Monica. Great place, by the way, right? It's a fundraising for an independent movie, and since they've looked, the 2 girls, me and Rebecca, they've looked into their pockets and found no funds to raise, but really need a free dinner. We did need it. They think that by adding, they think that by adding a third pretty and broke to the table that was supposed to imbue, their embarrassment will be half-sized. I'm sure they never excelled in math at school because pretty soon our discomfort at the table has increased so much that we are moving our 3 shy asses down the stairs toward the exit. That's when a dreaming Mr. Middle Age, Middle Income makes his entrance. An entrance that takes my breath away. That was when you met. I remember. And by reading this, I remember that moment. The 3 of us. That was a fun night.
Just fine, you guys.
Yeah.
But all this drama. Yes.
Do you remember that night? And all for a free dinner.
Yeah.
But fun times, you know.
No, it was great.
You need a free dinner, you end up in a fundraising like that. You meet great people. Sometimes you have the dinner, you stay home alone scrolling these days. So that's why I say the couch surfing may bring out the best of you sometimes. Socially, emotionally.
We did meet some cool people back then, that day. Because
we need to meet people. We need it.
Well, I find it's harder and harder these days, right? Even if you go out, I mean, people are on the phones, right? You notice that.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah,
so it's not only me.
It's your show. It's up to you if you want to talk about it or not.
I thought it was only me. It's depressing. It's like dystopia. Everybody's on their phone. Question, because I thought that I'm getting older and ugly, so that's why nobody talks to me at the cafe. You're still like supermodel looking. Do they talk to you as before, or really they just rely on the dating app so they see you and they don't approach you? Please be honest. It's okay if they just don't talk to me.
Unfortunately, they do.
Oh, they do. So it's just me.
No, just kidding.
It's just me.
No, it's a bad joke. No, it's a bad joke. But
They do. They still approach you in person when you're like that.
You know, it's interesting because I gotta say, LA is a specific city. What I mean by that is that in New York, you just kind of forced to be bumping into people, right? Because that's what it is, phones, no phones and stuff. And I think that helps in a sense of there is no kind of border in a sense of like just approaching people and talking. You know, you can sit at the bar or, you know, somewhere in a public place, cafe, and people just, you know, next to you might start off
talking. I noticed actually in New York now that I think about it.
Easier,
also in Paris, a guy even helped me, a handsome guy with
but we're in the cars, you know, most of the time we're in the cars. And when we arrived there, we're just so tired and exhausted from all the driving and looking for parking that at this point, not only I don't want to talk to anybody, I'm going to check my phone and I need to go somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Well, but what about the coffee shop in Venice with the locals? Like I'm thinking a bikini or I don't know.
I think it's challenging for people these days, especially I feel like for younger generation. That's just, they're on the phone, they were raised on the phone. Plus, we have to remember there was COVID, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. That created even more isolation.
Yeah. So there was that. And people are just kind of relying on the social media support and devices and stuff. Why would I need to talk to somebody that I don't know might reject me if I have somebody online that already talking to me and we formed a friendship, you know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
So I feel like there is a little bit of that. So to me, it is in a way a little bit sad, but that's the reality of living in this era. I just took a ride in a driverless car, Liliana.
Me too. I love Waymo.
Oh, I love it.
We are not paid by Waymo yet.
No, not yet. But
please feel free to contact us. I love Waymo. I really love Waymo.
Yeah, me too. It's great.
So smart.
It's great.
Sometimes I even drive behind Waymo because I know Waymo drives well.
Well, two things I noticed right away. If I have a pestering Uber driver, I don't have to talk to them, right? And I don't need to tip. I'm sorry, but that's true. Two things.
It's true.
They are kind of.
I honestly trust Waymo more than Uber. I'm waiting for the moment Waymo enters the airport, the LAX. Yeah.
And then we need to address AI, I think, since we're going into all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, all those things, like,
AI is beautiful.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not against any of that, but I think, like with everything else, it's good to have a moderation.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
So, and
it's scary thinking that it may substitute me before I even making as a writer or as an artist. It may substitute everybody, dancers,
well, you can
actors,
also find your
writers.
romantic partner, so AI can be that. You can actually
really?
pick out a picture that you like, and it's gonna talk in the voice that you like, and it's gonna say what you like.
Like the
Isn't it
movie
amazing?
Her.
Yeah.
So I didn't know
we're
that.
Pretty much there.
You
Yeah.
really can do that?
Mm-hmm.
I think this afternoon I'm busy.
Yeah. I know what you're doing.
So I never thought about it. You can create a partner on AI.
Online. Yeah.
Yeah, but come on, it's gonna stay on AI.
Well, but
For some people is enough.
But what do you think? Some people have friendships like these
Only
days?
online.
Some people do.
Also, the young generations, we didn't do it. We had maybe a pen friend here and there, no problem. But the younger generations, I noticed, they like to play video games all across the world, and they will never meet the people they are playing with.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or a lot of on the app, the dating, you talk maybe for months with someone you never met. So at this point, you're saying, what's the difference with AI?
Yeah.
You never meet them anyways.
Correct.
Another thing that I noticed, I took part to the West Side Academy of Ballet show this year. It was, as usual, dancing. I was in a small group of girls. We really went along. I really liked them. Or with the choreographer, Charlie. No drama. Okay. Even because I didn't contribute it to it. So if I don't contribute, there's no drama. I could have,
but you've chosen not to.
Correct.
Good.
But you know what?
That's
one
maturity.
thing that I noticed, because they were all younger than me except for one, who's actually the protagonist is older one of a documentary by Brie Larson. So there were the cameras and everything. But the other, they were younger, and at first, I mean, and they like me. They know who I am, so that's why I feel free to talk about it. They are like,
all right.
So
we can name names.
Yeah, we don't name the names, but they know. Yeah, at first they were not, talking, and I was not talking either because I said, I'm not gonna create drama. It's not my style. I can talk outside of here, and it took them a while, and then I mean we went along really well, but then I realized it's because they are young and they don't have the same approach we had when we were young.
Yeah.
Like we were looking forward when we were going on, for instance, on vacation.
If you look at me, get ready, I'm going to talk to you. You know what I mean?
That's exactly. But it was like, can you imagine you as a young girl, me going on a modeling trip, going on a going to a work trip or to just a trip on vacation on the train. Yeah. We were looking forward to engage,
to talk to somebody, to tell the stories and hear their stories. Yeah,
because
absolutely. It was fun.
Looking forward, even
fun.
if you were shy or not shy, like everybody. these new generations, like they don't talk, but not only to me. That's why it was good to observe, not even to each other. And then it took me, and also I noticed their face expression is pretty much this. By doing this, your face become this, like stays like that. And then slowly by slowly, also because, I was like, let me see though if we can, a little bit, because we need to also create an artistic product.
Correct.
And, we need to, create something.
To work together.
And there must be an exchange. So we ended up, having it and everything. But I noticed, so it's not, I noticed for them, it is challenging. And then I'm sure they are so more advanced in many areas. I'm not advanced because I'm not in as good as them, technology.
Probably,
But I noticed the first approach, even it's not because I'm older. I thought at first I thought it's because I'm older. No, even then I observed. Nobody was talking to anyone. And I'm like, we have 6 weeks. We are going to present this piece on stage. It was a choral dance of 6 girls.
Wonderful.
But it's...
And West Side Ballet always has, like if we want to mention that, I used to work for them.
Yes.
They always had wonderful spring performance, and the Nutcracker I was always looking to.
I remember we went even together, and one of the many things we did together, we even sit it together at once.
Yeah.
But you need to deliver a performance.
Yeah, it's a performance.
Like,
for sure.
You need
they
to
take it seriously.
Like they need, and I was like, and we are a group. What are we gonna do? Just the audience feels it because we are playing a group of women around a fire doing a folk dance. Like it has to be a lot. Yeah. So I was like, what's going on here? And I noticed what was going on is this. I literally got it because it's by observing this face that I do too. And it drops everything here, drops everything. And then and they say it like that. And even when you're engaging, if you think when you're online, you're engaging with someone, you're writing something funny, your face is... So then you translate it, it's always like that, whatever happens. It's always like that. It's scary.
Yeah, well, then you don't need Botox, I guess. on the bright side, so it just stays good, unwrinkled. No mimical expression.
It's scary.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. It's definitely different, for sure. I mean, even remember in my childhood, it was just not like playing games online, but you would actually call up. We had a landline phones, by the way.
Yeah. Call or knock on the door.
My friend's mom would answer.
Absolutely.
She'll bring her to the phone, and then you meet each other, in a certain place.
Absolutely.
And you play with whatever you got there.
Absolutely. And you talk, and then you go on adventures. You meet other people.
Yeah.
Now you're right. You can do everything online, which in a way protects you from dangers.
It does.
You're at home by yourself.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just different for sure. It's just an interesting aspect of it. But yeah.
Yeah, but it's good where we try to. I like to be with younger people also in college. I learn.
You learn stuff from them, and I hope they learn something from us too.
Yeah, I wonder.
Really
I'm sure somehow.
Maybe.
Yeah. So let me see. So we talked about the modeling. We talked about the acting. We talked about being older with younger generations. We talked about dancing together. By the way, I noticed you didn't put ballet in your special skills on your resume. No. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, it would be a complete lie. I'm many things, but I'm not a liar. So no.
But when you got I have to say something about this girl. So you go a lot to New York now for work and everything. You always go to take class. You go to Alvin Ailey. You go to Joffrey. You go to Steps on Broadway.
Yes. And it does not qualify me as
a ballerina. That's how hard ballet is. Yeah,
ballet is very hard.
I know this. I was like, wow, she doesn't put it on the resume, and that's where we met.
Ballet is very hard. Yes. So no, it's I like it. I enjoy it. It's a wonderful form of dance. However, I try to be realistic, and then just advice across the board. Please, if you know that you're not quite good at something, do not put it on. And I know people would say, well, it could, eliminate me from, running for a certain job or whatever. Yes, but also, can you really deliver on the day off? And if you cannot, that's the worst thing.
Then I'm gonna take it down from my resume immediately. Ballet.
Well, it's like just be honest, like, you know, and if you put in ballet, then put in parentheses what's the level and stuff. And if they want somebody who can, you know, stand a little on the point shoes and do little things, but it's nothing, you know, nothing challenging. Well, I shouldn't say that,
well,
but
we saw some influencers,
you know,
doing, or supermodels, not naming names, doing things with the point shoes on. It was like unwatchable, and then they get roasted, of course.
And it happens, you know, and it happens sometimes. I know it happened to some of my friends who actually said, like it was something like a horseback riding or whatever.
I can do it, and then you see the horse, and you're
and
like,
then you see the horse.
Wow, I want to hear that one.
Well, that one went well because she did train a lot, and
before
kind of worked out
the job.
But then there was another person that I'm not going to mention the name that said that he could jump with a parachute and he couldn't. So here they are in their airplane, and he says, you know, guys, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can do it. Now imagine all this money that's supposed to go on screen went just to waste. And so,
are you serious?
To say, yes. So I'm absolutely serious. So,
but when he knew that he had the job, couldn't go at least to do it once with the trainer?
I don't know if he did or didn't. I think he was just afraid of heights or something, or afraid of just the whole concept.
I cannot believe this.
You know, maybe he thought he would be with instructor jumping or something, but it was supposed to be just him. So
Wow. And how did it end? Not well.
Not well for him. Yes, for sure.
He was cancelled.
That's why I'm saying, like, be careful. If you know that you can deliver somehow, sure. But if there is, for me, if there is a slight chance of me not performing to the best of my ability or delivering what they expect me to deliver, I don't mention that.
Okay.
Or you know, I
that's
say it's a beginner level or whatever you want.
That's why the ballet is not on your.
Nope.
On your
many things are not on it.
on your resume. Well, we really talked a lot about a lot of things, but I wanna go to the Walk of Fame, because we talked a lot about the Couchsurfing and Walk of Fame. Like recently, we said you work with Soderbergh, you shared the screen with Amber Heard, and met Gary Oldman, other actors. But recently, you were cast for an episode of a big show with a big star. My question is, we're gonna put it in the link once it gets released. Now we don't name names because we are not allowed to.
It's not released yet.
So when you show up on set and you are playing a role in front of someone who has an incredible resume, awards, and everything, what's your approach as an actor? Because you have to keep the vulnerability that allows you to be a believable actor. Because also when you play a mean character or a strong character, you want that vulnerability to make your character relatable. So you are there with your character, your preparation, but you are in front of this. How do you, first of all, is it fun to be on set? How do you feel when you finally arrive on a set like that and living the dream? And how does it feel as an actor? How do you prepare for that? How do you prepare your performance so that you can, be as strong as them?
That's a loaded question. It's a lot of questions in my question. I love it, but I'll try. I'll try to answer all of it at some point. So I think, let's start with how do you prepare? You're preparing every day, just like you would go on set, except for you're not, right?
Nice.
What I mean by that, it's not just your craft that you work on, but also different things, just your life approach, who you are as a person, knowing your self-worth, being confident, knowing what you know, knowing what you can offer, what's your strength, right? And I don't know, I've heard many times people say, like, fake it till you make it. I don't like that expression. And what I mean by that is just don't like the word fake. Yeah. Because I really don't know what it means. Like, so I bring myself to the set, right, as a person, as a human being, and I learn, I look, I see what other people doing. But I also know that I have a job there to do, right? And so that people counting on me to be there 100%, right? No matter what. As a matter of fact, when I was doing the show, I had a recent loss, and
this last show with the big star.
Yeah. And I think I still was in a grieving process. And I brought it to the part because, I'm not a big believer in like, well, that is not going to be, this is how I feel on the day of it. I can deny those feelings or I can channel them in. And as much as I love being on set, it was I was in a place of grief and sadness.
Yes.
And losing something or someone. And so for the show, it actually worked very well because I'm losing something in there, something that is near and dear to me. So I could totally relate. I get goosebumps again. And what does it do, right? How you react to it. So I just laid it all out non-apologetically. And when you work with people that are, let's say, have a fair amount of success, fantastic actors and actresses, and you are there, the last thing you want to feel is you less than them, right? Which is easier said than done, but in the sense of achievements, accomplishments, and things like that. So for me, it's knowing that this is my part.
Yeah.
Nobody's else. Let me show how it's done.
I love that.
And everything else, it just goes to the side. That's it. So up until they call the cut and we are done, we are wrapped, this is all I'm thinking about. So I'm not letting those thoughts of who's got how many followers and who is done what and stuff affect me.
Or who won an Academy Award.
Because the parts that they cast in are fantastic and perfect for them. And they're killing it.
Yes, yeah.
But my part
is
my part. I have to trust all those people that made that decision, trust in me, and deliver,
Deliver, yeah. So you don't fake it until you make it. You just
because
truthfully bring whatever you're going through to your character, and
that's it.
That's your character.
And sometimes
no matter who you are working with, if the movie star that you just work with or some unknown actor, that's what you deliver.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, you just deliver. So once you switch focus from you as a human being and the people that are around you and what they have or don't have to the characters, then things get simplified. You know what I mean?
Because it's not you and the movie star, it's just your character and her character, and they are as strong, and your character is as strong as you can make it by bringing your own truth and your own life experience and whatever you're going through. In that case, it was even a big, huge grievance.
I channel it, yes.
You channel it into
that. I channel
it.
And what I mean by that, not necessarily, if I'm grieving, I'm playing grief, but if there is certain aspect and the energy of it that I can apply there, I will apply it 110%.
And by the way, sometimes when you grieve, you can even be a fantastic comic actor, because sometimes when you are in pain, you are so funny. You can be more funny than when you're not. Yeah, that's why we were funny when we were doing the Couchsurfing. We were laughing so much because it was drama, but you become more alive and funny.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
we're almost done with our time, so we didn't talk about the fact that soon you will direct your first independent movie, and you also produced a lot, and you have a penchant for horror as a producer, right?
Yeah,
for independent horror movies.
Yes, I find it. I think right now it's really hot in a sense of like you can tell the stories. Like back in the days it would be a slasher or whatever. Like and stories usually the same, and it's kind of just all cookie cutter. But if you look at the horror these days, like the stories are so diverse and interesting, and you can tell so much with that.
I love Maxine.
Oh, wonderful.
With Shia LaBeouf's Mia Goth. I love Maxine.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm not a horror movie girl. But
yeah.
I liked it.
I heard Weapons are really good, so
Weapons,
I'm yet to see it, so please don't spoil.
Yeah, I didn't.
But yeah, and then Sinners was really
I heard beautiful
good.
things.
So
I did,
good.
Yeah.
Goosebumps again.
Yeah.
So anyways,
So
you know,
that
and
are
that's a
good,
horror
yeah,
too, but
yeah.
it's such a beautiful.
With a great screenplay, great characters, great narrative.
Everything.
And since we need to wrap up because we talk forever. I don't have the flowers, but well, I can take you out for lunch. But before I take you out to lunch,
so
what advice would you give to your younger self, which is also a way to give an advice to unsolicited advice to younger Hollywood couch surfers or stars?
You know, oh God, it's like really loaded question in the sense of like a lot of things. But the biggest one, I would say, which I didn't have and I have now, I know that, years and years later, is to trust myself and know that me personally, as a human being with everything in it, I know what feels right, what feels wrong. And I didn't have that trust in myself and in my choices and
in your guts.
In my gut, if you will. So I didn't have that trust. So my sabotaging would be do the opposite. You know, even though deep down I felt like that's just
you were doing the
right.
opposite of what your guts were telling you. I was guilty of the same.
Correct.
I made the same mistakes a lot. Thank God though you followed your guts when you saw me and you decided I had to be your friends, and 15 years later still here we are, and on and on. Okay,
I love that.
Yeah. Sometimes
bringing it back.
Yeah, at least that one worked out. You know, with our
yes.
ups and downs, like it's normal, but it worked out.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, I would say the same. I always knew down in my, but.
I trust myself
the devil
way
tells you
more
no,
now.
you're not right, and then you were right, and damn if I was right.
Yes.
For not only for when you misjudge someone that you thought they were bad, but then you're like no, they're good, and then they turn out being bad. Even for good things, I missed out on good things because I convinced myself they were bad.
Yeah, they were bad, or maybe I'm not right for it, or maybe I'm not ready for it.
Yes.
You know, the sabotaging part of it, for sure. Yeah.
We agree on this one.
Yes.
Trust your instincts and keep developing your instincts, because your instinct is like a muscle that needs to be developed as well.
Correct. Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Iris, for being here. Thank you, and Viva Hollywood, and long life to friendship.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ecco.